What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee&Toys here, bringing you another comic book review. And today we are going to be reviewing Image Comics / Skybound Entertainment's Cobra Commander Issue number 2. That's right, we are on the second issue of this brand new series tying into the Energon Universe. And that issue, just like the first issue, is written by Josh Williamson with artist Andrea Milana, colorist Annalisa Leone, letterer Russ Wooten. And I gotta tell you, they did a fantastic work on issue number 1 of Cobra Commander, and let's just jump into issue number 2. All right, now right before we start into issue 2, if you remember from issue 1, and just full disclosure, there's going to be a spoiler. It's going to be a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not interested in spoilers, you should probably check out now. Otherwise, please make sure you support your local comic book shops. Support the G.I. Joe brand as it's being presented to us from Skybound Entertainment Image Comics. Make sure you pick up your own issue of Cobra Commander number 2. It hit the shelves this week. And the good news is, with a lot of these comics, especially with Cobra Commander, they have already been doing second printing. So if you didn't pick up issue 1, make sure you pick up issue 1 and issue 2 while you're at your local comic book shop. That being said, this will be a spoiler-heavy review, and we're going to jump right into it with... The background is the end of issue 1. Cobra Commander has stumbled upon, or will soon be stumbling upon, rather, the Dreadnoks shack inside of the Florida Everglades. Speaking of, issue 2 opens up in the Everglades with 2 captors that have been captured by none other than Buzzer and Ripper of the Dreadnoks. And these 2 guys, Buzzer and Ripper, are nasty, and they are saying to these arms dealers, or arms runners rather, you are not going to be running your goods through our territory without paying a toll. And you need to tell us who you're working for or bad things are going to happen. Well, they refuse to say anything, and Buzzer immediately pulls out his chainsaw and just kills one of the 2 arms dealers. And I mean, it's bloody. You get a pretty good sense that Buzzer and Ripper aren't screwing around real quick. So they kill him, and they tell the other guy, hey, all you have to do is tell us who it is, and we'll let you go. And he says, all we know is what this guy looks like. He's got a flat top, and we were supposed to meet him in Orlando. And they're like, oh, okay, that's good, that's good. And Buzzer turns off the chainsaw and says, Ripper, let's help our friend out on leaving. And long story short, they show the Thunder Machine, and Ripper and Buzzer get a long chain out. They tie the guy up and they drag him out of the swamp with the Thunder Machine. I assume he probably dies. You know, very, very Mad Max sort of kind of vibes given from that imagery that is drawn out. It looks fantastic. In the meantime, we cut back. We have Cobra Commander and the Protector. They're at this swamp carnival thing, and I am really enjoying the back and forth between the Protector and Cobra Commander. During the issue, as they're searching, Cobra Commander kind of has this map device that does like a hologram projection to show where this source of Energon's at. And while he's trying to follow it, the Protector's basically saying, you're going to fail at this. Globulus knows you're going to fail. I'm sent here to kind of keep you on track and make sure you actually do what you said you're going to do. In the meantime, Cobra Commander is very standoff. Very, very... the writing for Cobra Commander and his tone is very good, in my opinion. Cobra Commander makes a comment during the issue like, are you going to kill me with questions or something like that? Your incessant questions are driving me mad. Just let me do what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm loyal to Cobra, or to Cobra Law, rather. And... Anyway, he's following the signal on his device, and he winds up cutting a hole through the fence and is going to go deeper into the Everglades. Meanwhile, we do a flashback scene with Pythona looking up at what is the Protector, and she's telling the Protector, we're putting you in charge. Globus is putting you in charge of Cobra Commander. We don't think he's going to be able to do what he says he's going to do, but in order for you to be in the outside world, there has to be some changes. And she has this slimy, nasty, full of teeth thing, because if you recall, Cobra Law is all about organic technology, so I assume that's what this thing is. And she's like, we need to make some changes with you. And the last thing that is said, assumably from the Protector, is anything for Cobra Law. And so we know now that the Protector, even though he looks like a human, we've already know he has brute strength. But we know that he was something else. So it kind of lends people to believing, like myself, that this is actually Nemesis Enforcer done up in human form. But we don't know that for a fact. That's just kind of my theory that I'm running with right now. Drop me a comment if you think that if you're following it, reading the comics, if that's your idea as well, because that's definitely the vibe I'm getting. That being said, we cut back to present day. They're deeper in the swamp. Cobra Commander and the Protector are still bickering back and forth, no matter what. And a park ranger stumbles upon them and says, "Hey, you guys aren't supposed to be out here. You with the shiny mask, take off your mask. I need to see some ID." And Cobra Commander looks at the Protector and says, "If your whole purpose here is to protect me, then protect me." And the park ranger basically says, "Hey, guys, I need to see that ID." The Protector moves forward towards him. He's like, "Stop! I'm going to shoot." He shoots the Protector. The park ranger does. Nothing happens, and then the park ranger his arms are hooked by the Protector, grabbed, held in place, and the Protector then begins to, with a single headbutt, decapitates the park ranger. Again, another gruesome looking scene in this comic. This is not a comic, very, very much not like a real American hero. This is a very, very bloody comic. Very bloody in this issue too. So, in the meantime, while this has been going on, Cobra Commander used this opportunity to slip away, so to speak, from Protector and go even deeper into the Everglades, where he stumbles upon the Dreadnoks shack that we previously have seen Ripper and Buzzer at. As he gets there, he's kind of milling around their place, and he goes, "Whomever's here also knows about this Energon energy and is messing with it." And at that point, the Thunder Machine returns. Buzzer and Ripper get out. Cobra Commander meets them up, and they're like, "Hey, you can't be here. You've got to pay the toll if you're going to be in our territory." Same thing they had said at the beginning of the issue. And Cobra Commander does what Cobra Commander does best. He just pulls out a gun and starts shooting at him. And it's very interesting, because in the first issue, Cobra Commander said, "I don't like to do my own fighting. I'll let others do it for me." In this case, he decided to take matters in his own hands and open fire on Buzzer and Ripper. They get behind the Thunder Machine. They're ready to fight. Cobra Commander throws a grenade, blows up the Thunder Machine, which just puts Ripper beside himself, because evidently that's his baby, similar to how Clutch was with the Vamp in the latest issue of Duke. And yeah, so they're fighting back and forth, and then none other than Zorana shows up. Zorana to some, Zorana to others. You tell me in the comments how you pronounce her name. She shows up on a motorcycle, and she's like, "What are you idiots doing?" Because Cobra Commander is taking off. He's running after he's blown up the Thunder Machine. And they're like, "You can't go that deep into the Everglades. Even we don't go that far into the Everglades. We know what's out there. Let that guy go. Whoever he is, let him go." So Buzzer and Ripper stay back because of what Zorana has said. And Cobra Commander is now deeper into the jungle, to the swamp Everglades, and he's following his map on his arm, and he hears a noise, and he turns around and goes, "Protector, is that you?" And the next thing we see is Cobra Commander is pulled down into a swamp lake by something, and in the bottom of this swamp lake are these large alligators that seemingly have a technological vibe, or maybe are infused with this dark energon, because they look menacing with their purple eyes and a little bit of robotic look to them. And that is where our issue ends, with Cobra Commander sinking into this lake or swamp. And yeah, that's how the issue ends. I think it's another fantastic issue. Cobra Commander is firing. This series is firing on all cylinders. Normally those second issues are a little bit of filler. At least that's kind of what I always get when I read the second issue. It's that you get that bang of a first issue. Second issue is a little bit of a filler to lead towards, the next few issues, to build some hype up for it. But man, this issue, you see a guy cut into pieces by Buzzer. You see another guy dragged to his death with a Thunder Machine. You see Protector headbutt a guy's head into just a fine mist. And then Cobra Commander, of course, going to have to deal with, lots of exciting stuff going on in this issue. I am fully invested in Cobra Commander. This comic series is fantastic. And yeah, if issue 1 was a 5 out of 5, I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5. It's an issue that had me keep turning the pages, never really a dull moment. Seeing the flashback to Cobra Law with Pythona gives us that backstory on who Protector really is. Again, I think that is Nemesis Enforcer. You tell me in the comments if you agree. Make sure you like the video while you're down there and subscribe to the channel because I do all the reviews of the G.I. Joe comics. G.I. Joe Real American Hero, Duke, Cobra Commander. I'm probably going to wind up picking up something from the Transformers soon because I really, especially dealing with the Energon Universe because it's all tied together. And, you know, definitely want to check that out. So let me know in the comments also. Do you guys want me to pick up Transformers and start reviewing that as well? And I also asked this in the, well, before I get into that, there are many, one thing I didn't cover, there are many variant issues to Cobra Commander issue 2. I was fortunate to pick up three different variant covers, so I was able to get this variant cover. This is the one I actually opened and read. I like this. It looks like an alligator coming out of the lake or the swamp. But instead, we got the Cobra Commander classic chrome dome. And very cool. So I was able to pick up that one. I was able to get this issue, or variant cover of Cobra Commander and Buzzer fighting. I think that's really cool. Definitely sums up how Buzzer is. Very fun, exciting cover there. Sorry for the glare. It's still in its plastic. And then I was able to pick up the 1 in 10 variant of Cobra Commander, and this one shows him in more of a classical look with, we've got, looks like Torch, interestingly enough. We got Torch, who's not actually in the issue, Zarana, who's only in it for a brief moment, and some crocs, or some alligators rather. So I did pick up this issue, the 1 in 10 issue. Was quite a bit more expensive, but hey, I like this. I love this series, actually. Straight up love it. Happy to get as many issues as I can of it. Now, that being said, this issue just came out this previous Wednesday. Today is the 25th. So this issue just came out a few days ago on the I guess that would have been the 21st. And similar to a Real American Hero, when I went to my local comic shop, there was only a couple issues left of Cobra Commander, which is good. Now, granted, I did buy 3 of them, but there was only about 2 issues left after that. So another series doing very well. Make sure you support it if you like it. And let me know what you guys think. Did you pick up Cobra Commander issue 2? What are your thoughts with what I've talked about today? Are you still all in on the series? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. But with that being said, I look forward to talking to you guys very soon about Duke. I believe that's coming out next week. So I'll definitely be picking up Duke issue 3. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. But that being said, thank you so much for checking out the channel. And one more time, I'm going to plug the channel. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you watch some of these other videos, either on my toy reviews or my other comic book issue reviews. But with that being said, my name's Mark. You've been watching Coffee with Toys, and I will see you later.